What's happening, everyone? This is the funniest shit. I saw this tweet and then I'm like scrolling down in my feed, patiently waiting, extra time speed typing my response because people that Richard doesn't follow can't. I love and hate Twitter at the same time. Before I move on to crypto regulation, I want to backtrack my experience on ETHW. So I was watching the, I think it might be on now actually. I don't know, the Ethereum Foundation. They basically go over. I think Vitalik was live at the time as well, and they had a whole group of developers or something like that talking about the whole merge. I was watching it all take place. I'm like, what is this shit? This is pretty interesting. Like for crypto and all, you know, like especially with Hex being on top of it, ERC20, etc., etc. Then it drops. So the next thing is, so that was my experience with that. I almost bought one of those. I think it was OPS or something. It was like you could mint it for like 24 hours, 48 hours just to prove that you went through you were there or something. I was gonna, but the gas fees, man, the gas fees, it just stopped me from doing it. So alright, fuck it, not gonna do it. So then the next thing, I've been watching for a while, the ETHW fork, hard fork. I didn't know if it was bullshit or not. It turns out they were actually legit and they were working on things and they did fork it. And they forked the whole state. And I was like, no way. Next thing, Hedron's dropping its front end with connecting to the network. I'm like, no shit. They've done the whole state. So I'm like, what does this mean, man? So I'm like tweeting and shit. I tweeted out, like, is this, what's going on? Is this Hex supported? It's like, yep. Oh, no shit. What the fuck? I still haven't connected to it this day. I was like, basically, without saying I trust it, don't trust it, or whatever, it's just another chain now. It exists. Okay, so if you have a look, this has probably been done before. I know. If you have a look at the bridges, you can bridge in and out. But if you look on testnet, actually on post-chain testnet, I haven't been able to see a spot where you can bridge in and out for, sorry, you can't provide liquidity yet. I haven't been able to find a spot where you can provide liquidity yet for, say, USDP and USDC. PUSDC and USDC. So like the ETH, was it E and P? You know what I mean? Basically, when you get the two copies and you bridge them. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And my thoughts, oh, hang on, scatterbrain. Let's rewind. On the testnet, you can transfer and bridge in and out. You know, you got the drop down menu, it's got like the different coins. Before, at one stage, it was only, I think it was ETH. And then it became ETH. Something changed because I was able to swap some tokens. I actually had some weird like custom token, and then it updated. I was like, no, there was no other token, and then something changed. I don't know how to explain it. And now it's got the bridge, and you drop down, you can see other like ERC20s on there or PRC20s. So if you can decipher that, good luck. And then if you have a look at the chain ETHW, you know, you can bridge in and out through centralized exchanges, and I'm pretty sure there's some like Kyber swap or some shit, I don't know. And then you can bridge in and out, you know, the main token, you know, like XDAI bridge, because you can go over to XDAI from memory, and I think you could trade, what was it, ETH for XDAI, then the XDAI like thought it was ETH, and then you would disconnect from the XDAI network to like ETH network, and for a split second you'd see like a shit ton of money because I don't know what was happening, but it was reading as if your one like all these XDAIs you had were actually Ethereum. It was really strange. I haven't been on that network for ages though. Pretty sure I might have some Hex over there, but yeah. And so basically I was like, oh, okay, so how do I get my, on that network XDAI, how do I get my XDAI Hex out? And then I came to the realization you can't. It's locked within that system, and I'm not aware of a bridge. So you can get it out, but you have to. You can get the monetary value out through swapping the XDAI Hex to XDAI, then bridging XDAI over to ETH and then selling that ETH. So same rules apply for ETHW. Basically, you can move your economic energy in and out through centralized exchanges. I think there is also some decentralized exchanges, but mainly it's through the movement of the ETHW bridging with ETH. So if you have ETHW, take it, centralized exchange, sell it. I think there's a bridge and you can like take your like ETH, bridge it back and forth, but you can't bridge your actual USDC token if you were like gonna play that to the USDC ETH. Like there's no bridge available that I'm aware of. Now, the only bridge that I think might be available in the future is once Pulse X drops, and the bridge, because my understanding is it looks as if I'll have to check on the testnet though again. Basically, you might be able to match up these pairs. So if that is the case, now correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not sure I've seen it yet. I haven't been able to do this and actually pull like ETH, USDC, and PUSDC. Maybe I'm missing something. But once that happens, I would imagine that someone would be able to copy that code or copy that however that was designed and maybe apply that to other chains. And then we'll be living in a truly multi-chain dimension. Like imagine a Uniswap where he can swap between like multi-bridge tokens. That would be pretty cool. I mean, maybe there's something there, and not just swap the actual chain layer 1 and then like do exchanges like that, like actually interoperability. That would be pretty nifty. Now, yeah, that's my experience on that. I'll have to go back, double check my what's it called, the Pulse chain testnet, because I'm still not seeing that bridge function, although I am seeing some improvements. Now, moving on to crypto regulation, I'm pretty sure you've heard some stuff with the SEC. Not sure why they decided to file so quick. Regulation does look like it's coming. More closer to home, we had a senator draft a bill aimed at stablecoin digital yuan regulation. Now, I read this thing, man. Okay, I can see what they're trying to do. I actually responded, gave some feedback, my history in the cryptocurrency space, my experience or whatever, and told him that what I thought, that it was there was some errors, basically, that the confusion, it reads as if you actually have a look at this thing, like here, it's just riveting, right? So this is a bill put forward by a state senator. You message them, they basically say, we might not reply to you if you're not in the right state. I'm like, oh jeez, so I'm not in the right state. But anyway, this is it looks like an what's it called? Yeah, it looks like when you read like the law and stuff and what the law actually looks like here in Australia. It looks like an accounting standard, to be honest. We have a look here. It goes and explains a lot of nothing. Basically, what they're trying to say, they want to license. How do I summarize it? They're trying to license exchanges. They don't define exchanges. They're trying to stop people from issuing stablecoins. They didn't address, like, say, something like USDC or Tether, that they would require licenses under this legislation act. But they are trying to do it to compare the yuan digital asset, they're calling it, with like cryptocurrency stables, and it's so frustrating to see. Like I said, if the exchanges require licenses because they want people to stop from being scammed, that's fair enough. But already exchanges need like KYC, AML, and all that stuff. I'm not sure what this extra license is going to achieve. The one good thing was they did mention banks operating out of Australia that were actually Communist Chinese Party run. There were 7 of them, and I was quite surprised by that. That was pretty cool. Maybe that was the whole purpose of this one here. So we've got these banks operating in Australia, right? So they're calling them the designated bank, and they want to license them and not be able to issue digital currencies. But the thing is, right, we all know, well, I'm pretty sure some of us know this, and a lot of people are not smarter than I, that the ERC20 is, like a code written, which makes the USDC token function. It's issued by Circle. It runs on Ethereum. Ethereum's the blockchain, and etc. etc. Now, that is pretty straightforward, and you can use software to analyze it. And but they're trying to say that the digital yuan is going to be like the same thing. So what they're telling me that the digital yuan is going to be running on Ethereum. I don't think so. They're going to be telling me that the digital yuan is going to be issued by the Chinese Communist Party, and they're going to tell us all where the money came from and how they're doing it. I don't think so, man. I saw a post, and basically it was like a coupon. It was like central bank digital currency from China. It was like, here's a coupon, you can spend it at your communist-run grocery store. I'm like, that's different from cryptocurrency, man. You need to define like what exactly you're legislating against, because this makes no sense at all. So I thought I would point that out. I did point that out in a more articulate way. Now. Not touching on the SEC issuing, not touching on Cody's speech, previously precedent set, freedom of speech, etc., etc., hence the name change. We do see here, crypto needs global regulatory framework, IMF says. Like, what else? JP Morgan, okay. JP Morgan CEO calls decentralized Ponzi schemes because, anyway, you can just see the whole narrative being pushed. While at the same time, I thought this was an interesting move. We saw USDC being listed on Robinhood. Remember Robinhood, the app on your phone that you could buy stonks with, and like they disabled the sell button. No, wait, they disabled the buy button. So you couldn't buy any stocks. Imagine that you go on like to an exchange or you can't sell or buy, and that's so people are gonna be like, I'm investing in cryptocurrency on my Robinhood app, and oh wait, they've disabled my buy and sell button, yay! What is this, China? God damn! All right. Anyway, hopefully that helped. Hopefully that was informative. Signing out.